The support on my coverage-based videos where I'm teaching you guys the rules of certain coverages has been out of control. Thank you so much to all you guys for supporting those videos. It's really helped me with kind of getting a grasp of the content that you guys want here on the YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're going to elaborate on the cover 4 quarters family of coverages, talking about the simple rules of cover 4 palms against spread 2x2 formations. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the cover 4 palms and how it differs from cover 4 quarters. Now, if you guys missed, I did a video a couple weeks ago talking about cover 4 quarters and the general rules of the coverage.
What in the Matrix hell?
That was basically an introductory level video teaching you guys how that coverage is going to play against 2x2 sets. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about cover 4 quarters brother, cover 4 palms, and how it works against spread 2x2 sets. So let's go ahead and get into it. Every single playbook in Madden should have a version of cover 4 palms. The best way that I can suggest that you guys go in and look for this is to go into concepts, go to cover 4, and just search through your playbook until you find one that you like. I would recommend taking a look at the personnel that your opponents are running. If they're running 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back, you're going to be wanting to run a nickel package that's going to put 3 defensive backs on the field with a linebacker to guard the tight end, and then obviously another linebacker for the running back. If they are in a 4 receiver set, you might be better off going with a dime style palm. So just kind of pay attention to what the personnel is, try to match it as closely as you possibly can. But let's go ahead and take this on the field here. Cover 4 palms. And we're going to be running this out of the nickel 2-4-5. Now, before we get into that portion of this video, I want to let you guys know that I have an advanced cover 4 match game plan on my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. In that game plan, I go through the generic breakdowns of cover 4 quarters, kind of like the video that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago, but we take it to an extreme level where I break down all of the nuance of this coverage. Not only just the cover 4 quarters, but cover 4 palms in far greater detail than what I'm about to show you here in this video. So if this video actually helps you out today and you guys want to know more, in particular, how does this coverage behave against other formations, like say for instance, bunch or trips tight end, we're definitely going to be covering that on the website in that game plan. So I would strongly urge you guys to go check it out. There's a lot of blitzes that work in this year's game, but a lot of people are still searching for the coverage to complement a lot of their blitz packages. I personally have found since switching to purely match-based defense that I've gotten far more stops, and I've gotten feedback from players of all backgrounds, casuals, hardcore players, even pro level players have reached out to let me know that this game plan has saved the early Madden season for them, and they are actually using it in the current MCS Ultimate Thanksgiving tournament that is going on just last weekend and over the next 3 weekends for the latter portion. So let's go ahead and put it on the field. Cover 4 palms against 2x2. Now, the thing about palms that differs so much from quarters is that it actually works the same if everybody runs a vertical route. As you guys remember, cover 4 quarters is a match zone defense, meaning that your player is going to play zone if he is not attacked vertically by a wide receiver, but he's going to convert into man-to-man if he is. So when we talk about this defense, we've got those same underneath zones of a 3 rec, quarter flats, and then the 4 deep zones that are responsible for matching man-to-man. And as you guys recall, in that particular video breaking down quarters, if we were to run a simple 4 verticals concept, you would go ahead and notice that the purple zones, or those quarter flat zones that are found on the field in quarters, will jam the slot receivers and then pass them off to the safeties behind them that will pick up those slot receivers man-to-man. Now, I don't want to go into crazy detail because you guys should go back and watch the video from a couple weeks ago. You guys just need to understand that the deep zone is basically responsible for playing man-to-man on the player that is in front of them. So Surtain on the outside receiver, Simmons on the slot, Jackson on the other slot, and Fuller on the outside receiver on that side. So if we were to run this, you're going to see that you're going to get a pass off of the slot receivers to the safeties, and everybody is being picked up man-to-man. It looks identical 2 quarters. So palms, if everybody runs vertical, looks the exact same and behaves the exact same way as cover 4 match quarters. Where the cover 4 palms differs from match quarters is going to be in what happens with your secondary if the slot receivers run to the flat. So in this particular example, I'm going to go ahead and put my slot receivers on flat routes. And then I'm going to end up having fades on the outside just to kind of illustrate what happens. When you have slot receivers breaking to the flat, cover 4 palms is trained to behave very similar to cover 2 soft squat or a trap cover 2 defense, meaning that your outside corners that are originally responsible for the outside receiver going vertically will take a priority to jump the slot receiver in the flat. So in the case of Darden, Fuller would jump down on him, and then you would have the safety who no longer has a vertical route in the slot to worry about will get over the top of the outside receiver running the fade. So it basically behaves like a cover 2 defense, and it's actually pretty good. So let's go ahead and show you what I mean here. You're going to see that on both sides of the field, you're going to notice that the outside corner traps the throw to the flat, and the safeties basically scrape over the top of the outside receivers to take them man to man. So when we go ahead and do this here, you see how the swaps occur, and what we thought might have been a cover 2 hole shot is closed very, very quickly. Let's compare what we just saw here in this example to a cover 2, which I'll run here momentarily. So again, when you actually look at this here, you see both slot receivers go to the flats. Both outside corners jump off of their route and run straight to the flats. You guys know how quick flats are a very, very popular throw for everybody this year in their offense. So you're going to see here that we get those swap offs that occur, and actually the deep inside quarter safeties on both sides of the field get way to the sideline very, very quickly. Actually far better than what you would expect out of a cover 2 defense, which I'm about to show you right now. So let me call the cover 4 palms, or check out of it rather, and we're going to call a cover 2 Tampa 2 style defense. And I'm going to call a very, very similar route combination on both sides of the field. Now, if you have one side that is wide and one side that is short side, that's better. Right now we're between the hash marks, but what you're going to notice is that these throws are so much easier when you try to throw them behind the cloud flat. If you can fit them behind the cloud flat and on the sideline in front of the safety, you're actually in a far better shape when you do it. I know that I threw the ball a little bit early there, but in general, the timing on this is you're just going to wait for your outside receivers to basically get behind the cloud flats, and then you're going to throw this ball, rip it into the sideline. You see how I can fit that for a toe tap animation? That is what I'm talking about. Now, again, if we go back to that same route combo against cover 4 palms, you do not have anything closely resembling that same window to throw to. So cover 4 palms against 2x2 spread behaves very, very similar to cover 2, but it's actually better when your slot receivers run to the flat. You see that I didn't have that window right as he got behind the outside corner, and you really couldn't have thrown it to either side. The safeties are very, very good at getting over to the number 1 receiver down the sideline on both sides when you run it this way. Now, of course, cover 4 palms does have weaknesses. There's no perfect coverage in Madden. You know, if you were to go ahead and run skinny posts, sometimes those skinny posts can end up, you know, beating the player that is running over to them. So you guys will have to pay attention to your route combos. But, you know, you kind of see right here that Mike Evans, he runs his post. And actually, palm side did a pretty good job on both sides. That was a tight throw. But you saw that obviously there are routes that can, you know, try to beat the man-to-man coverage over the middle. Again, if I were to try to throw this to Antonio Brown here on the right, you see that there is that kind of that trap, and then I could throw the inside pass lead to AB. He dropped it right there. There was a guy close enough. But again, with your safeties, you still want to make sure that you have athletes that can convert from zone into man. I think that is one of the major misconceptions about this particular defense is a lot of players will play safeties that aren't really great man-to-man defenders, but are decent zone defenders, thinking that they can get away with that. Well, you still do have to have a decent man-to-man rating to be able to run match effectively. So this is a defense that is predicated on athletes, guys that can run, guys that can basically be on an island one-on-one with somebody when they need to match somebody vertically. Now, of course, like I've mentioned in my game plan on gridirongameplans.gg, you guys will have the ability to run these coverages, understand exactly what they're doing. There are rules for all kinds of different scenarios. Compression. You're going to have rules for trips. You're going to have rules for when you press your coverage versus playing off. You're going to have rules for, bunch style or box. You're going to have, cutting of tight end and trips tight end drags. You're going to have all kinds of different rules and nuances that you're going to be able to apply to lock down the field and confuse your opponent. Now, on top of that, I also understand what the most popular competitive route combos are to attack these particular defenses. And I've taken the steps to basically bomb-proof your coverages and help you guys understand what a lot of players are going to do against you to get those one-play scores and how you can come back at them with the adjustments to their adjustments. So definitely go check it out on Gridiron. I've broken it down in a way that it doesn't make you have to run any one formation, but I've actually run it out of the nickel 2-4-5, and I've been focusing very, very heavily on it out of the nickel 2-4-5 because I've got some great blitz packages that I also put in via our vault this past week. So I've been doing a lot of work on the defensive side of the ball. I hope that you guys enjoyed just this tiny morsel of the rules of cover for Palms. Again, there's so many different formations that kind of dictate different rules for Palms, but I teach those as well on the website. If you guys want more, go to www.gridirongameplans.gg. Again, guys, $9.95 a month unlocks the entire website and access to our subscriber Discord, where you guys can join in on our lab sessions every single week at 7 p.m. Eastern time, Wednesday nights. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there and in the Discord. Otherwise, I'll see you guys right back here with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.